So I could have literally just sat here and just watched you lot talk. That would have been quite entertaining. So it would appear that there's rather a lot of people who are in bed this evening tonight. And I'm just going to get rid of that. Get off the screen. How is everyone then? I hope you're all well. I've kind of had a weekend off. I've not answered any emails. I will get round to answering emails. I do apologise. But yeah, I just took a little bit of time away. I will suffer this week because of it. I had one or two emails. And by one or two, I mean around 57, 58. So how is everyone then? As you know, we don't really do the roll call. Thank you to all of the mods who are in this evening. We've got Superior, we've got Dixie, we've got Jennifer, we've got Dope. And that's all I can see on the screen currently. There may be more. But thank you in advance to our mods. Due to the first topic that I will be speaking about this evening, we may need you. So it's been a bit of a weekend. Hello, everybody. Hello, my babies. I'm trying to keep an eye on what screen's on what. And I'm not 100% happy with the way we look this evening. Been messing around. I'm using the phone again. Well, I'm not just the phone. I'm using the phone to film. Because, long story. That'll be another hour-long live. So I'm using the phone. But, a lot of stuff has been going on, isn't it? And the first thing we're just going to speak about this evening or this afternoon, depending on where you are, or morning, is Michael Vaughan. There's probably a load of people going, oh no, there we go. Oh no. But anyway, Michael Vaughan. So they are currently digging up a garden that is around 4 minutes away from where Michael went missing. And, Dope and the people who were, called weasels, and we're seeing other creators creating socks to take the piss. This was a couple who the weasel spoke about months ago. I believe it was back in June. And look, could the outcome have been different? We don't know. Maybe whatever happened just like that. Or maybe it's not quite that simple. But what it would appear to me is that we are over a year down the track and a credible tip has just come in. Tip over an hour later. Could you imagine if that was a fucking horse race? Bit late, isn't it? But anyway, they're now digging up this garden, and who knows, will they find Michael's remains or not, and bring this case to a close. What I will say as a side note, at the end of the day, Tyler, Brandy, and the rest of the family, they are a family ultimately of a child who is missing, and at the moment it doesn't potentially look like that's going to have a happy ending. I think many people never believed this was going to have a happy ending. We can all try and hold on to the faith that something will change, but when it's a child and they've been missing for this long, generally it's not going to have a happy ending. And look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say too much because the search is not over, and there's a lot of feelings around this at the moment. There's a lot of people who have invested a lot of time, hours upon hours upon hours. Again, I mention the likes of Dope, who has been hauled over the coals for caring, for wanting to help, for trying to find out as much information as physically possible and daring to question things that just simply didn't look right. It's I don't know what to say. I'm going to have to put this up because it's quite funny. Horse has the best lighting, has got the lights, he's got the music, and he's grooving with the information. I wish I knew who Horse was, because he sounds like a fucking legend. Thank you for that, Dilly. We're loving Horse. But look, at the end of the day, we have to now wait and see what the outcome of this search is. The couple who live in this house, the Wanderers, Stacy. His name's Stacy. I thought they were two ladies who lived together at first, because the name, but Stacy seems to be a guy. My partner's called Stacy. Definitely hasn't got a beard. You seem very deflated. I'm just trying to get into the mood. I'm relaxing, not deflated. Relaxing. I've had a chilled weekend. I saw someone, by the way, just as a side note, saw someone ask about the video with Hayden in it. This was the video that's got Hayden in the thumbnail. We're trying sweets. That's quite funny. I don't know whether he'll ever trust me again. Harsh, what are your views on the beautiful girl now past and Kiely? Think they may be connected. I'm going to be speaking about that next. As you can see, scrolling across there, do we really live in a world where a teenage girl can die? And when you know some of the information around this case, and there's apparently nothing suspicious about it. Here we go, yet again. People fucking up, and another child falls foul to it. But look, at the end of the day, like I say, with regards to the Michael Vaughan case, we're now waiting to see what the outcome of the search in the weirdo's garden brings. And let's just... What can you say? What can you say in this? What, I really hope they find him? Or, I don't know. It's a difficult one. It's one that you want there to be a happy ending, but there isn't going to be one, I do not believe, at this stage. So if you can't have a happy ending, let's have a quick ending and get the people dealt with who need to be dealt with, and let's get little monkey put to rest if that's what we have to do. But we may come back to this because some people have got my backup about it, and I've got some things that I do still want to say about the case, but I just don't think that now is the time. Who knows? In 45 minutes, things might change. We'll see how the rest of this goes. And, I can very quickly change my mind. But at the moment, we'll let sleeping dogs lie for now. So we've got this other young girl, haven't we? I'm going to get this screen. Where are we? Let me just get my mouse down onto this screen. I'm going to just pin this up as well. I saw this. IQ of 62, Asperger's and intermittent explosive rage disorder. I don't know whether that's an actual thing or whether that just means that you get pissed off really quickly, because I might have that. Right, I will have if this mouse don't do what it's supposed to be doing. Right, let's have a look. What are you doing to me? We want to go onto this screen, and I'm going to share this with you. Well, we will in a second. I made it harsh. We'll check my membership status. Hello, beautifully damaged. I hope you're feeling better. Wish some well wishes, please, guys. Well wishes. Let me just pull this up. We have somebody who has not been feeling very well for some time. Where the flipping heck is that gone? Here it is. Here. Not been feeling well. So well wishes, please. And I'm going to share this screen. Oh no, add to screen. So this is this young girl who has gone missing. We're going to start at the top. Mother of California teen Trinity Backus found dead said she feels she needs time and space to grieve. Does that remind you of anybody? Does that remind you of anyone? But apparently, this post was put on. This is Amanda, Andrea's friend. Andrea is Trinity's mum, of course. This is Amanda, Andrea's friend. At this time, Andrea needs time and space to grieve. Please respect that, and I will reach out when I'm able to. Please do not randomly show up to her home. I know you want to be there for her, but please respect her space right now. Basically, fuck off. Don't ask us any questions. Don't come and see what's going on. And yeah, just stay away. I don't know what's going on there. Are you frozen or sleeping? I'm frozen solid. So this is the young girl who was at her auntie's house. She's at her auntie's house, and she says that she's going to go and see her boyfriend, which is about 10 miles away. And she strolls out of the house with nothing on her feet and her pajamas on. And that's fine, by the way, that's fine. So she goes, and she's later found in a sort of a wooded area in a drainage ditch. And there's nothing suspicious about that. Nothing suspicious about that at all. And then we look at what's going on around her. Because her life looks like she lives in a crack den. There's, oh my God, it's just well, you guys tell me what you think. What did you think when you saw this place? Where she was, what were your first impressions of this place? Come on, I want to hear in chat. Those of you who have seen the people around her, you may have seen over on Squirrel's channel. Squirrel is at the On Fire channel, and they've done a live. They were going through all of the boyfriend and the friends, obviously before it disappears and vanishes into the ether. And yes, that was horrendous. Thank you very much for that, Taylor. Very much appreciated. I think I'm actually... What's going on there? I'm way behind. I think my chat freaked out. Glad you got a break. I do a break. A break in one sense, not in another. But yeah, that's exactly right. Party house. An absolute party house. That's what it looked like. There was kids laying on the sofa, drooling, you know, with their mouths hanging open. They were off their boxers. It's crazy. I think something happened to her in that house, and the part about her leaving on her own volition is complete BS. Why would she have strolled? A number one in chat, if you've ever, when you was younger even, or older, and you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend, you've decided in the early hours that you're going to go and walk to your partner's boyfriend, girlfriend, 10 miles away, just in your pajamas. Number one in chat. And another two in chat, if that's the most fucking ludicrous thing you've ever heard. Thank you very much, Enid. Thank you very much. That'll go to our Christmas fund. We're giving some money to a family who needs some support over Christmas. But yeah, that house was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. This here, what's this? Parents need to answer questions. They need to care and want answers. It's called being a grown-up and loving and caring for your kids. That is absolutely right, Steve. And what I'm going to say is, what annoys me more than anything is that it seems to be wrong, we're in the wrong, to question that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, in answer to the question, by the way, about the P.O. box, I don't have a P.O. box. Don't worry, we don't need anything. Thank you very much for your kind thoughts, but we don't need anything. Just you being here is more than enough. It's what annoys me. Yeah, is like I was saying. It's like you can't question parents anymore. You know, they have these children. They do something. The child suffers because of it, but we then can't question it. We can't talk about it. It's you know, we're attacked and vilified if we dare. Ugh, you can't say anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, this brings me back yet again to thank you very much, Sam Panther. This comes back again to the Michael Vaughan case. Like, some of you weren't here when I was covering the Michael Vaughan case. You may not have seen that I've got a playlist, and you know the stuff that we went through just to talk about Michael, just to get his name out there. And I believe that we was potentially the groups, like the people like Dope, like myself, like the other people around this, like Eve. We were the people who got Michael's name onto the platform and raised the awareness online. But what they didn't like was that we weren't on their side. We had things to ask, and you know, why is it so wrong to ask questions? I just don't get it. You've got to ask questions. Thank you, Julie. You know, I'm not going to think to myself, well, I'm going to pretend that I don't care and I'm your friend and I'm in all support of you just because people like me to do that. Do you know what I mean? Bollocks. I'd still say that, like someone commented earlier, they said, "What, your children never did anything that you didn't know about, anything like that?" And I thought to myself, "What, at 5? Look, I get things can happen. Like if we had a 5-year-old and the 5-year-old was found wandering off down the road, I'm telling you now, that would be the last time that our 5-year-old child ever did that, ever." And to be fair, when we know we're going to have children, we child-proof our home. We make sure that we've done the things that need to be done to make sure that the environment is safe, and we take into consideration all of the things that you, as a normal fucking human being with a brain, could think could happen. If you've got a door that can open and a handle that a 5-year-old can reach, and you have a tendency of buggering off and leaving the child on their own, then do something about it. You know, counteract what you do. Thank you, Dilly. It's very kind of you. Do you know what I mean? If you have children, your job is to be a parent. And being a parent, your primary, you know, if there was a form, you know, like when you go and get a job, and I'm going to touch on this. You know, if being a parent had a job list, you know, things that you have to do, what would be the first thing that would be on the top of that list? Keep your child safe. Keep your child alive. I just don't get it. And they'll do something or they won't do something, and like I said, it will be detrimental to the health and well-being of the child, and we're hauled over the coals for it. I just don't get it. My friend, he's a stand-up guy. He does a lot of work for the community. He owns, they are premises that hold old people. They, you know, that's what he does. They're retirement homes, and he's a good guy. He's walking around the house. He's on his phone, and his son trips over the threshold of the door and hits his face on the door frame. And this goes on for he ends up having to go to the hospital, and he got absolutely hauled over the coals. They got social services involved, and it only turned out that because he knew the thoracic surgeon at the hospital, that they eased back. But I'm telling you now, if that hadn't have been the case, and he didn't know this guy who could vouch for him, and even that you could question, is that right, that someone can vouch on you and be turned the other way? But the story is, the child didn't die. He hit himself against a door frame. But What we're saying is, if my friend would have been at home on his phone ordering pizza while he was smoking, and his child ended up losing his life, we then can't say anything bad about it. We daren't say anything. And I still get people turning up saying in chat, saying, not in this chat, in like comments, saying, I do think we need to stop blaming Tyler. I do think, at the end of the day, he's in pain. I'm sure he is in pain. But Michael's missing, and Michael may never ever get to experience things like pain or love or enjoyment or anything like that. And why? At the very, very heart of it, why? Why? What just needed to be tweaked for Michael Vaughan to still be here today? And there we go. And look, some people won't like that. Some people will not like that. And they'll be like, you can't say that. You can't say it. You can't say that at all. You're nasty. You're horrible. Victim blaming. Fucking victim blaming, am I? He's collateral damage of his own stupidity. And as harsh as that sounds, that's a fact. It's a fact. I know they like facts. Well, that's a fact. We've had quite a few bad neglect cases here in Oz lately. Very sad. They're everywhere. There's so many of them. And do you know what? We don't see a fraction. We don't. A drop in the ocean. A drop in the ocean. This is happening every single day. Multiple. Can you imagine what's happening every day, every hour to children that we do not see? Do you know what I mean? I just saw Brianna there. Emmy is on scene. There we go. Welcome to Harsh Reality, and thank you for being here. Don't forget to leave your DNA on that like button, sub and share. Be respectful to chat. Thank you. We've got 192 likes and 540 people in. Bloody freeloaders. Maybe we need to do this, though. You need to remind me. Remember, we've got banners. In the words of a very, very handsome man with long flowing locks, lazy masquerade, smash that like button, or I'll smash you. So what do we got? What do we got? Drugs are bad, okay? Yes, aren't they just? It's very hard to be a good parent if you're good at taking narcotics. Tyler and Brandy aren't really the victims, though. Michael is a victim. It sounds harsh, but it's true in a way. Tyler and Brandy are the victim's family. That is exactly right. And that's what people don't seem to understand. That's what people find very, very hard to grasp. There is a difference between the real victim and collateral damage of what has happened. And there's way too many parents that cause something to happen and then they're treated like the victims. And, it's I can't do it. I can't sell out. I genuinely can't do it. And how these people can, go on their channels and rubbish people who have this mentality, what I have, and I'm the villain, I'm the enemy of the story. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in. That's why so many children go and have this happen. That's why. Because of this mentality that people have that it's not wrong. Anyway, we've gone backwards, haven't we? What was we talking about? We was talking about Trinity. Look, you guys. I digress. I will just jump on this. In 1969, I was 10 years old. There was a creep in the neighborhood. They pulled over and tried to get me and my two friends and his truck in 1969. Dilly. See? Fucking weirdos everywhere. And that's the fact. That's the thing. You just, it drives me insane. I can't. I could do a 10-hour live just moaning like fuck about people like this. You need a license to fish, but not to have a child. There we go. You need in the UK, you need a fucking television license. You need a license to watch TV. But you can have a child with nothing. Join us on Harsh's Discord. There is a Discord link there. Join the Harsh Bingo. I don't know whether anyone won the first game of Bingo. I'm bad. I haven't really been into Discord. I genuinely have been so rushed off my feet. I do apologise. I'm going to get back into Discord this week. Thank you very much. I got this. She was running away. I thought that. Let's go back here. Let's have a look. She was running away. Did you know? Things just pop in my head, and I have to talk about dog license as well. Yeah, you're right. It's mad. Best Discord ever. See, this is why you have to join Discord. I'm going to just plug it for a second. Discord, we do bingo, and you can win free merch. Free merch. I'm doing a merch giveaway. Before I forget, I'm going to just change this banner quickly. Remember this week, November 15th. When's that? Tuesday? Look out for the video that I'm doing on Tuesday. It's a little bit of a behind the scenes with regards to what's behind the scenes. And I'm doing a giveaway. I'm actually doing a giveaway. We're going to be doing a £200 giveaway. You need to watch it because you need to find out how to be entered into it, because there's going to be 2 videos within a couple of days of one another. So make sure you watch that video on Tuesday 15th, and you could win yourself £200. But yeah, Discord, you can win free merch, and I'm doing a merch giveaway at the end of the month as well. £200 of money. £200 of what? £200 of fish. £200 in cash, basically £200 of your money. So if you're in America, you get $200. If you're in the UK, you get £200. If you're in Canada, 200, or the equivalent of £200. I don't know what that is. I would say 200 Canadian dollars, but that would be about 3 pence, I think. But my money, £200 worth of your currency. That's what you're going to get. The dogs lost Trinity's scent at the property gate. No way she walked down that road. She got into a vehicle. Dogs don't lie. Yes. I don't believe she walked. How would she have walked that far in barefoot? She wouldn't have, would she? She wouldn't have done. She would not. Yeah, Ireland, Europe, €200. It is about 1 for 1 now, isn't it? The pound's fucked. Really fucked. If we win, can we donate it to the Christmas thing you're doing? If you really want to, you can. But there are people out there who probably need that money as well. So don't think you have to do that. If you're in a position to, and you think, you know what, I don't need it because I'm minted, I will do that for you. But don't forget, we're all human. Everyone's in the same boat at the minute. It's difficult for a lot of people, and that £200 could be the difference between having, I don't know, waffles and beans on Christmas Day or having a nice, fat, juicy turkey. But yeah, I believe this Trinity. There's more to this. And for them to say it's not suspicious, like I said, we rarely live in a world where a young girl can vanish in the middle of the night, half dressed. A young teenage girl, half dressed, in the night, and end up deceased. And there's nothing to see here. I genuinely don't understand. I don't get it anymore. The world's gone fucking bananas. The world has gone bananas, and I don't get it. The mother has seemingly gone into this don't talk to me mode. She's got no shoes on. Her friend's being a mouthpiece for everything. And when you look at social media and you look at these children, they are mad. I don't know. It's just a complete. It looks like that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Did anyone watch that film? Early. What do you call it? Our hero, Johnny Depp film, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's what Trinity's social media pictures look like. Screenshots from that fucking film. And they say there's nothing dodgy about it. It is. That film is awesome. That film is genius. Genius. Dang great film. It is. Lovely film. Love that film. When was the last time you guys watched that? Now you're going to want to go and watch it. See, that's what I'll be doing. I'll just mention some films and you'll be like, oh, remember. Trinity, yes. Did you not know that they have found Trinity? They have found her. She's deceased. And, not good. But there's nothing suspicious about it. Nothing suspicious at all. I'm going to be looking into that more this week. Like I say, this weekend's been a bit of a breather. I needed a bit of a break from it all. But yeah, I'm going to be looking into it this week and touching on it. I think we're going to have a bit of a week of it this week. So tonight, make sure you have a nice long bath. And the way Johnny walks. Yeah. I'll tell you what else is very good. Thinking about Johnny Depp, back to that. What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. Another absolute genius film. I do like Johnny Depp. He does some really, really good films. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much. And then we've got Kiely, which, we've obviously still got the fallout of Adventures with Purpose. I see they're still uploading videos, which I think is a bit distasteful. But, it's like Jared obviously still needs money to pay for court. So, that's why they're uploading videos. If I was the guys, if I was the likes of Don, Doug and Nick and co, I would potentially be seeing whether I could change that and get that changed so they can't use my face anymore, because I would not want my face connected to that brand, and I would be making steps very, very swiftly to get that changed. Whether there is anything they can do about it, I do not know. So we've got no Emmy on site. Will be no update from Ellie tonight. Reporters told to go home. Thank you for that, Dope. Reporters told to go home. Maybe there is something they don't want too many people around. I don't know. We'll learn more tomorrow. Give it a few hours and see what happens. Trinity's dad did a live stream today and discussed that she ran out of the house on a bad acid trip. Drugs from boyfriend. Boyfriend's ex-girlfriend also died linked to drug... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And let's see what happens here. Let's see how this gets dealt with. Because I was looking into this, like, Truckee and all this, and, around the Kiely case. Did you know, in October, someone was shot in Truckee? I was looking at it. I can't find. Let me just see if I can search it. Well, you guys just talk amongst yourselves. And I'm just going to have a look here quickly and just search this. Shooting in Truckee. And they said they were going to give updates, and then they didn't. This was in October. There we go. I'm going to share it with you. Let's have a look. Let me bring this up for you and check this out. That's not what we want, is it, you friggin' idiot? Right, what do we got? What do we got? This is what we got here. So this is... Right, let me get rid of that. If I do that, and then go hide that. This is... So yeah, this is a guy... Oh, now I'm going to have to go back down there. Getting used to these multiple screens does my head in. Right, let's get rid of that, because that's in the way. So this is in Truckee. Man shot to death early Sunday by Truckee River. Right, so this is the 9th of October, this was. That's when this was updated. So this is a breaking news story and will be updated as more information becomes available. Right, so bear that in mind. We've got a shooting in Truckee. Breaking news. Someone shot dead shortly after midnight near Museum Drive and Truckee River Path, east of the National Auto Museum. And nothing else is said about it. Breaking story. We'll let you know what happens as and when we know anything about it. And that's all you got. And I've looked everywhere and I'm telling you, I can't find anything more. So man shot to death early Sunday by Truckee River. And that is all you get. Could you Adam and Eve it? I just don't get it. I don't get it. This place is just an absolute... It's like a hole. Do you know what I mean? How can... And there's more. There was a female who was found in a suitcase as well. I was reading that. That weren't that long ago. Found in a suitcase. But they report it like someone obviously caught wind of it and goes to the press about it. But then nothing else comes out about it. They literally do one report and then nothing ever gets mentioned about it ever again. It's absolutely insane. I don't get it. It's the second... What is it? California's like the second biggest trafficking state in the whole of the US as well, by the sound of it. But then we'll say about Kiely being trafficked, and we're fucking mental. We're mental because we say that a young girl, where the whole story just doesn't make any sense, we say she's been trafficked, yet we're the mental cases. I could go on, but do you know what I mean? I heard there's a nice lodge there. Yeah, you can go squat there. Is there anything that you guys specifically want to ask? Because I know that I've had some emails come in. I haven't got around to them. And I will answer some questions if you've got any questions. So please do ask. Just put a Q at the front of your comments, so I know it's a question that you want answered. And if I can't answer it, between us, we will answer it. And yeah, that's it. Check It TV. I'll tell you what, as well, what's starting to really piss me off is SF Investigates. Now, he's got a massive hard-on for Adventures with Purpose. Some of the crap that this guy's coming out with, saying that he knew about all this with Adventures with Purpose back when they were pulling Kiely out of the water. This guy's a complete... it's driving me absolutely insane. Do you know about Paisley's death in Truckee? I know there was another young girl, wasn't there, who died in Truckee. I'm not sure on the name. And that might be, I'm guessing that might be in the emails that have been sent. MJ Kasha, thank you very much. Member for 2 months. You poor person. Right, hold on. Let's go through this then. Question. Have you watched Jessica's video on Facebook? Her singing? No. I don't really go on to Facebook because it makes my eyes bleed. Do I do FBI? When are they going to comment on Kiely? I genuinely don't know. I genuinely have not got an idea what they're going to do. Different subject. Have you seen the latest pics of Candace? No, I haven't. I want to look and see into the Summerwells case this week. So yeah, I do want to see what is going on there. But if they're pictures of Candace, I'm guessing that I'm going to be shocked. How are you finding your new fancy mic, Mr. Harsh? At the moment, it's not finished. I'm still, even when I've done this video that I'm doing for the giveaway, that's going to give you the like a bit behind the scenes. Everything's running late, so it's not finished yet. This has actually got to be sent through an audio mixer, like a podcaster. But at the moment, I'm using it on USB. It's good. It's good. I like it. I don't know what you guys think of the sound of it. Whether it sounds better, whether it sounds worse. And do you know something? This is how bad it is. I still ain't sent that fucking mic out. The one that's been won. I haven't sent it. I really need to send it, don't I? I've done the other prize. I sent the hoodie, but I didn't send the mic. Because I was still using it because I couldn't set this up, you see. How come we never heard anything about the road assistance guy from law enforcement, or even... I'm going to tell you something now, right? So I've gone backwards and forwards with law enforcement. You know that, over the Kiely Rodni case. And, I touched on Nick, the tow truck driver, and, they didn't come back to me. And I just find it really weird. I find it really weird that they'll come back to you and then you'll ask them a specific question and then it's radio silence. And I think I don't know what's going on in the background, because they will come to you and they will tell you that they can't comment on something. They'll quite happily say, thank you for your tip or whatever, I'll put it in, whatever, but we can't discuss anything. They will say that. But when you ask them something and they do not come back to you, and I've sent the same question 4 times, now they could have just messaged back and said, piss off, but they've not come back to me at all. And I've sent the same thing 4 times. Why do you think Adventures with Purpose Nick Rin resigned? Mary, have you been living under a rock? Why do you think Adventure with Purpose Nick Rin resigned? Because his boss is potentially a SA. SO, sorry, not an SA. He might be an SA after he spent some time inside. But at the moment, by the way, that is, that's not been proven in court. It's not looking good, but it's not been proven yet. Question. Was there any update on Kiely's phone ever? Nothing concrete. I think it was SF Investigates who said that they got the phone earlier, it was in the car, but I'd never seen anybody with any credibility, because he's got no credibility. I didn't hear him say anything. I worked for AWP for 2 years. I can answer questions if you have any. Thank you very much, Anthony. There we have it, guys. There is a gentleman in chat, and he has offered to answer any questions that you have. Now, what I'm going to say is I'm going to be respectful, Anthony. If the guys in chat, if you want to mingle with them guys and ask them if they want to ask some questions, they can. At the moment, I'm not going to ask you anything, because what I want to know, you either won't know or won't want to tell me. We can all bombard you with questions, but it's, the questions that we really do want to know might put you in a bit of a position. What do we got? Welcome to Harsh Reality, and thank you for being here. Don't forget to leave your DNA on that like button. There we go. Thank you very much, Brianna. She's on it tonight. She's on it. I'll put Anthony's back up there just in case anybody's got any questions for Anthony. Nick said last night that he doesn't want any more questions about Kiely, and I think that's it. I think a lot of people's questions will be about Kiely, about what happened, whether they can say anything. Do you know what I mean? Do you believe it was Kiely in the CRV? I wonder. I don't know. I've never been in that scenario. Anthony, I'm not bound by a contract. I signed my contract on July 29th, 2022. I can speak about anything before. So anything before July 2022. Well, I would imagine, Anthony, that with regards to... So let's ask you then. So with regards to Adventure with Purpose, and you're going out on the field with them, do you feel that you guys were put in a position where you had to over dramatize the cases that you were involved in to make more money out of them at the detriment to the families? And based on that question, do you feel that is potentially something that maybe could have happened in the Kiely Rodni case? There is a question for you. Can Doug and the boys rebuild? So yeah, there's some things. What do we got there? Hello, Real Harsh and everybody. Hello, Aunt B. We do have Anthony, who was with Adventures with Purpose, in chat. And he will answer questions if you have any in chat. I have just asked a question. Basically, I'll just reiterate what I asked for those now coming in. I asked whether Anthony felt that they working there had been placed in a position where they had to over dramatize things, make things look a certain way for more of the production value of the video, to make the video do better. And based on that, does he feel that there's a potential that could have happened in the Kiely Rodni case? Membership link. There is a membership link. No, but it was known that's what was needed to get a better show. Yeah. Which I think that's it. So, okay then, because that's kind of showing that you guys knew what the drill was. You know, we know that. And I suppose that, yeah, it's a difficult one. Like I say, I don't want to put you in a difficult position. I know what we as creators have to do to make videos do better, if you like. It's a difficult one, and I'm not going to put you in any positions. But with regards to Kiely Rodni then, and this is going to be a tough one. So with respect of Nick Rinn, when he came up, and this is just your opinion, and I am going to put you on the spot here. When he came out of the water and said, "This looks suspicious," do you feel that was said because that was genuinely what he thought at the time? Or do you think that there is a potential that was said for the reasons that you've said that you guys knew needed to be done? And again, I appreciate you could just put, I don't know. But based on the fact that we know that you guys know what it takes to sell a video, if you like. You know, I think Nick is sincere. I do think he's sincere. But Nick is there to do a job. I'm a sincere person, but I've worked for companies that required me to do things. Harsh, do you think you could put an invite out to former members to come up on your show? As you saw, some of you may have seen, Nick said that he may come on the show in the future. You know, what I don't want to do is put these... You know what I'm like. I'm a fucker, and I'll ask someone that'll put them right on the spot. And I don't feel... I think they've got enough to deal with at the minute without having me on it. It was because Nick was new. That was his first recovery. He was very new to the search and have never done a recovery before. There you go. So that is, in your opinion... Okay, so in your opinion, he was mistaken. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, by the way. I'm a fucker, innit? Business is business. And it is. At the end of the day, business is business. And, you know, I said this the other day. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but, you know, Jared and all that drama aside, the business is a business and it has to function, it has to make money. It's that vicious circle. You're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, and that is that, look, you want to do good, but in order to do good, you have to do good on here. And you know, it's not like that. Do you know what I mean? If you look at the videos that Adventures with Purpose do and place that up against their subscriber base, their videos don't even get seen by everybody who they're subscribed to. So they've got some work to do. You know, when they've got nearly 3 million subscribers and their videos are getting 250,000 views, there's something to miss there. So then you have to start working on it. Thank you very much, guys. What we got here? Did you see the video of the SO having a go at Carson's ex-boss? Speaks volumes of how he would speak to anyone against him, if you get my drift. Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, I did. Sincere, genuine feelings. You could tell his interviews after also. Yeah, but like I said, guys, and I think what Anthony was trying to say was his thoughts were genuine, but his thoughts were mistaken. That's what he was saying. You know, he's saying that what Nick thought and his comment was true to Nick. That was Nick being true. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what he saw was what it was. I think I've got that right, Anthony. Welcome to Harsh Reality, and thank you for being here. I sound like a fucking ad break. I don't put ads in them, but then I start reading them myself. We've got 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes. What do we got here? I'm going to go through some comments. Hi, Harsh. First time chatting you live. I'm in the UK. Has anyone checked any other cameras between Boca and Reno to see if Kiely's car was driven? They're on or before the AAA guy saw her. I would imagine that they have, but nothing has been confirmed. And Sammy, she made comments about the cameras, and apparently there's not that many cameras about, which in itself is a bit sketchy, isn't it? That she happens to know what cameras are there and where. Can we start calling it thumb love instead of smashing the like? I was going to do... Oh, what was that I was going to do? I can't remember. I was going to do something in this live, and I've forgotten. And I'll do it in the next one. That'd be quite funny. My special mirror. My magic mirror. What's this? SF investigates, needs a dose of his own medicine, don't he just? Maybe he should come on here. I'll do it live with him. He could come on here. But, you know, I do hope that the guys, the ex-Adventures with Purpose guys do well. You know, I hope they get back on their feet, back out on the water, and, you know, that all this can be put behind them. As far as the Kiely Rodni case goes, I think we've spoken about it as much as we can speak about it at the moment without going over stuff over and over. Yes. Shannon Moon, no, but he did send me pics of him and his younger girl as a reply to one of my texts about diving certification. That was really odd, to say the least. Yeah. I don't even have to... I can guess what that was about. But there we go. So, you know, these guys are good. Okay, Anthony, one last question for you. And again, you can say, I don't know. You can simply say, I genuinely do not know. But I think a lot of people, this is probably one of the biggest questions on everybody's minds. Some people will have asked, some people wouldn't have asked. And this is going to put you on the spot. And again, you can say, I don't know. With regards to Doug, do you believe that Doug knew anything about what's going on with Jared before it went public? And I mean, I don't mean like the hours before, I mean months before. Did he know what was going on? Do you think he knew anything? I think there's a lot of people who are not 100% sure. There's a lot of people, you know, these guys have got a lot of support. They still have a lot of, so's the channel. Do you know what I mean? The Adventures with Purpose, they're still pulling in the views. They've still got, and the thing is, there's a lot of people, believe it or not, who are not all over social media. They're not part of this. They're not part of what I would call the social media, the true crime community. You know, there are people who won't know what's going on. They literally see a video from Adventures with Purpose and they'll log on and they'll watch that video and they'll log back off, and that's it. They don't know anything else. And, you know, and that happens in abundance. Even on here, you know, I'll do videos and then I'll get someone message me saying, oh, can you do a video about this? And I think I've done about 10 about it. They genuinely don't know. I was given a heads up from Jared in May about some possible allegations I may hear from others about him and his family. So he'd kind of give you a heads up to say, yeah. I don't suppose he could not say anything. I think he would have had to have said something. And I suppose it's a bit strange, isn't it, that he didn't. I just find it a bit weird that he didn't say anything. I know it's a difficult conversation to have, but, you know, even to say this is what's going to be said, you don't, you know, that didn't happen. Thank you very much, Kelly. I very much appreciate that. But do you think that speaks volumes as well, guys? The fact that he didn't go to these guys and say, this is what you're going to hear. I would imagine he told if he told me I was not as close to Jared as Doug was, as the emails were from February 22 and he told me in about May 2022. Yeah. Okay then. Now we're on a roll, Anthony. I'm going to ask you this question. When Jared told you that you was going to hear some accusations, what did you think those accusations were going to be? Did you guess that this is what it was going to be? Or did this, when this come out, did this take you for a loop? You didn't expect it? And what I suppose I'm trying to ascertain from this is what you felt about Jared and what he was capable of doing. So when you hear this, what's your go-to? You know, we obviously know he had a history. He'd been involved in the fraudulent side of things, you know, and manipulation of stocks, I believe it was, that he was sort of hold over the coals for. But when you hear this and he comes to you and say, look, you're going to hear some allegations about me to do with my family, did you go to what's actually happened? Was that something you considered? Or was that not something that you even considered? And by the way, Anthony, I do appreciate you being here with us and answering some questions. I do appreciate that. And I'm just reading some questions through here as well. What do we got? Right after I started watching AWP, I knew something was up with Jared. And that's what I'm trying to get from Anthony. You know, some people have got good intuition. Do you know what I mean? You hear something and it does take you for a loop. Then others, you hear something, you think, I fucking knew it. He was a friggin' weirdo. He was a creep. And there was just something that just got bad vibes from him. And do you know what? I'm quite a good judge of character, and I must admit I didn't watch enough when we got this. When I heard it, I knew instantly that that's what Jared was trying to tell me. At the time, he told no, I did not want to pray because he was offering me a full-time paid job at the time of the call. I get that, but you kind of, yeah. And obviously there was a reason for that. There was a reason why you would automatically go to that in your head. You know what I mean? Like, we've all got people who are in our lives, or if they came up to you and said, "Oh, police are after me," you would kind of know exactly why. Like, I've got a friend who drives like he thinks he's fucking Ayrton Senna, obviously pre-death. And so if he told me he was in trouble with the police, I would know that that would be something to do with driving. In fact, he told me the other day, literally 2 days ago, and he's had a 3-year driving ban. And, you know, Anthony's just said here that, you know, Jared has told him that he's going to hear some accusations, and he's automatically gone to that realm of crime, if you like. And there must be a reason for that. And I think we all know where this is going to end up. You know, we all know where this is going to go. And Adventures with Purpose as a brand are gonna fall by the wayside. But when they are taken out of the equation, there's going to be, the need is still going to be there. Just because Adventures with Purpose are not there anymore, the need is there. And these guys like yourself, Anthony, I don't know what you're doing now, whether you are back on the forefront of diving and doing these things, but, you know, strike while the iron's hot, so to speak. They need to get back out on the water and fill that hole. Laura, they were all interacting, not video, sorry, that was Nomak, but Sam, Kevin, Nomak, and the rest are all jumping in, responding to each other, etc. I have no fucking clue what that is about. I just thought I'd pick some things out to get on screen. We are coming up to the hour mark, I believe. We're just over the hour. If you've got any last questions to ask or any comments to make, if you've got any comments that you would like to add before you shoot off, please do feel free to say what you've got to say. And we'll wrap this evening up. Like I say, I don't like keeping you guys for too long. I appreciate you guys coming over. And like I say, I think we're going to have a week of it. We're going to have a week of things. It's going to be a lot happening, I think. Michael Vaughan case, with obviously, I want to do more looking into this young girl, this Trinity, because I just feel that to say nothing, you know, it's horrendous. I want to see someone's head roll over that. Make a cooking show. Could you imagine me doing a cooking show? And stir in the eggs. Right, what do we got? I enjoy your content. It's good to know things. Thank you very much, Charlie. It is good to know things. And I also learn a lot from you guys as well. Let's give a big thanks to the mods who are here this evening. Thank you very much. Dope, Tracy, Jennifer, Brianna, Daughter of Scotland. And these guys did say about joining the Discord. Please do head over to Discord. There's a chance to win some stuff for free. I am going to be giving some merch away at the end of the month, and I have got £200, $200, 300 Canadian dollars, whatever it converts into, coming up on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for the video on Tuesday, please do, because there's going to be some chance in the run up to Christmas to win some stuff. Look, we've got to do some things, haven't we? We've had a miserable fucking year. What a miserable, 18 months or so. Some of these things we've all been together and spoken about together really, really sucked. And we've got a lot of cases that still don't have the answers. And just thank you so much, Jamie. I very, very much appreciate that. Thank you. For those, if you don't know Jamie, all these money, the donations are going to a good cause. They're going to help a family who are struggling this Christmas. And the money, all of the money that the channel makes this month is going to it as well, and then we're going to give it to a local family. A lot of people struggling around here at the moment, and we just want to try and make someone's family a bit better. They just have to have children, that's all. Children and genuinely struggling. Did I tell you before I go, true fucking story, this is true story, and this is the front of some people. This is going to be like a little bedtime story before I go. So I used to, a while ago, I did videos. You might remember, some of you who have been around there a bit longer, I used to do videos out. Can you remember walking? And I will, when the summer comes back, I will go back out and do some outside. You know, I had the 360 camera and everything. Now, on the way home, this road, it's a 60-mile-an-hour road, but it's a country road. Okay, it is a country road, but it's 60 miles an hour. So really, I should be allowed to drive at 60 miles an hour. But there's two women on horses walking in front of me. And they're walking, and obviously they're horses, so you can't go near them because they'll go mental, because even though they're massive, they're fucking sketchy as hell. And they're walking at about 2 miles an hour. And I am literally driving the car. Thank you so much, Taylor. I am literally driving the car for about 3 miles at about 2 miles an hour, while these two women are walking in front of me down the middle of the road on a 30-mile-an-hour road. I wish. And anyway, get to the junction. I think, I've done my bit. You know what I mean? I've done my bit. I've been calm. I've been cool. And bibbed my horn and made them get tossed off into a ditch. And it's been about 3 miles. Did I say that I was traveling at about 2 miles an hour on a 60-mile-an-hour road? So anyway, get to the junction. They don't even thank me. Anyway, our community, we've got like a page on Facebook, and it's like the community feed. And I go on there and have a bit of a moan. I'm like, look, I've got nothing against people on horses. Do you know what I mean? My family have got horses in the family. My best friend, they're international show jumpers. So we do, we like horses. We've got no problems. But if I am behind you and I have the decency to drive my car at 2 miles an hour for about 3 miles, please just say thank you at the end. Just put your hand up, your thumb up, whatever. Don't think you're that entitled that you own the fucking road. Breathe. Anyway, so one of their relatives is a gardener. He's someone who goes around, he cuts gardens. And anyway, he's gobbing off. Gets to the point where he's threatening to come around the house and lamp me. Cut a long story short, I actually go around his house and he won't come out of the house. That's how angry I was about it in the end. So this has escalated quite bad. Anyway, so I put on this community feed that I'm going to be doing this about this family. And I'm going to put some money together and we're going to give some money to a family who are in need. They have to have children, what have you. Did you know something? Someone had the audacity to message me, to DM me, and say, I know somebody who could really do with this money this Christmas. Really do with this money. He's lost his mum. They've left him the house, but that's not gone through yet. So he will get about 200 grand, by the way. But it ain't gone through yet. But he could really do it. I say, who is it? She said, it's the gardener. The gardener. So this fucking idiot thinks that I'm going to give him money for Christmas. I wish I'd have bid my horn, and I wish I'd have got thrown in a dike, and next time I will. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Love you all. Y'all are my babies, and I'll catch you in the next one.